Welcome to Adarsh Education Society. Hello students. Welcome to class 6. This is your teacher Miss Monali Naik and today I am going to start with the first chapter of computer. Chapter 1. Overview of computers. So students, you have learned the basics of computer in your previous classes. Now, let us review those basics. First of all, tell me, what is a computer? Yes, a computer is an electronic device that takes the data as input from the user and converts it into output after processing. A computer can process both numeric and non-numeric data. So students, in the first part of the chapter, we are going to cover some key points such as functions of computer, characteristics of computer, limitations of computer, and classification of computers. Functions of computer. Students, see the given image. It shows how a computer performs the shown functions in order to convert the given input into output. Here, we are going to look at how an input gets converted into output. Now, let us first look at what is input. Basically, input is the raw information or data entered into the computer through input device like keyboards. Got it? Now, the next is storage. Storage refers to a place where data or instructions are stored to make them readily available for initial or additional processing. The next is process. Process is the operation on data as per given instructions. Process is the execution of instructions on the input. The next is output. Output is the final processed data given by the computer to the user through the output devices like monitor. Characteristics of computers. Students, characteristics means having qualities or some special features. Do you know what features or special characteristics makes the computer so powerful? Do you know them? Okay, let us see them one by one. The first is speed. Students, computer is a very fast device. You all know that. A computer can carry out instructions at a very high speed. The speed of a computer is measured in million instructions per second. The next is accuracy. Now, what is mean by accuracy? Accuracy means no errors. As you all know, computers can perform all the calculations very accurate and it provides a very high degree of accuracy. That is, the result of the calculation is always without errors. The next characteristics is storage capacity. The storage capacity of computer is very high. That is, a computer can store a large amount of information. The next characteristics is reliability. Now, what is reliability? Computers are highly consistent in comparison to human being. That is, they are immune to tiredness, boredom, or fatigue. So, a human being can but obviously reliable on computer as it never feels tiredness or boredom. The last is versatility. Computers has a multiprocessing feature that makes it quite versatile. A computer can be used for different purposes as according to your choice. You can use it to watch games, movies, entertainment. Plus, computers are also very helpful in education. Limitations of computer. Despite of having advantages, the computer has got some limitations, that is disadvantages also. Now let us look at it one by one. First one, no thinking power. The computer has got no thinking capability to take a correct decision like as how we human beings do. It means a computer cannot take its decision on its own. Second one, dependency on programming. Students, as we all know that computers are so accurate. They always gives us accurate result. But sometimes what happens if an user gives instruction to the computer to do some task and the instructions are not proper? That is, if the instructions are not properly designed, then what happens? The task given will not be performed correctly. That is, the computer completely depends on how the programming is given to it. Third, memory retrieval. A computer can retrieve or give the data very fast, but the technique or say the style it uses is linear. Now students, what do you understand by linear? Linear means in a line, line by line. And what happens? We human beings cannot follow this rule as we think randomly. Sometimes this, sometimes that, which the computer is unable to do. That is, the style by which the computer retrieves the data is very linear that we human beings cannot adapt. Now, let us move to the next topic, that is classification of computers. Students, computers are classified into various ways. There are three criteria on which computers are usually classified. First one, on the basis of working. The computers under this category are classified as analog computers, digital computers and hybrid computers. The next is on the basis of size and capacity. Computers here are usually classified as supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers, mobile computers and macrocomputers. The microcomputers are again classified as laptops, desktop and programmable computer. The next category is on the basis of purpose. Here the computers are classified as special purpose computers and general purpose computers. Now we are going to look at all the three categories in detail one by one. Now let us look at classification of computer based on working. So students, here we are going to look at three different types of computer that differ on basis of how do they work. The first one you can see here is digital computer. Now digital means 0 and 1. So a digital computer is a machine that stores data in numerical format. that is in the format of numbers. It performs operation on that data using mathematical manipulations. The digital computer converts the data into binary form, that is 0 and 1. Hence it is called a digital computer. The next one is analog computer. An analog computer is a type of computer that works upon discontinuous data. Now what is discontinuous data, children? Discontinuous data can be in the form of waves. It represents data by measurable quantities such as voltage, length, temperature, etc. That is basically a discontinuous data. Understood? Analog computers operate by measuring rather than counting, like a digital computer. Understood? Now, third one, hybrid computer. What do you understand by hybrid, children? Hybrid means more than one type. That is sometimes a combination. Hybrid computer exactly is a combination of digital and analog computers. That is, it combines the best feature of both the types of computers. That is, it has speed of analog computers and the memory and accuracy of digital computers. Hence, they are called as hybrid computers. These computers are normally used for scientific calculation, in defense purpose and radar systems. Now, let us look at classification of computers based on purpose. The first one is general purpose computers. You can see the given image, and as the name suggests, most of the computers that we are using today are general purpose computers. These computers are built for a great variety of processing jobs. By simply using a general purpose computers, we can do various tasks like writing, editing, documents, tracking inventory, or making calculations. Example of general purpose computers are personal computers that we use in our day-to-day lives. The next one is special purpose computers. Students, as the name suggests, this type of computers are specially designed. As the name states, special purpose computers are designed to be task specific. That is, most of the time their job is to solve one particular problem. That's why they are also called as dedicated computers, as they perform a single task over and over again. The instructions that control this type of computers are built in directly into the computers. This computer performs only one function. Example of this type of computers are ATM machine that does only a specific task of withdrawing money. Now, let us move on to classification of computers on the basis of size. The first one is supercomputers. Students, these computers are called supercomputers as they can solve difficult and complex problems within a nanosecond. Isn't that super, children? These are the fastest but the most expensive computers. These computers have large amount of storage capacity. They are designed to process highly calculative tasks such as weather forecasting, scientific research, climate research, and aircraft design. The next one is mainframe computers. These computers are smaller in size and less capable than supercomputers. Mainframe computers are multi-user, multi-programming, and high-performance computers. They operate at a very high speed and have large storage capacity that can handle the workload of many users. These computers are generally used in centralized databases such as banks. Example of this type of computers are ICL 39, CDC 6600. The third one is mini computers. Mini computers are designed to support more than one user at a time. They are smaller in size and capacity in comparison to mainframe computers. The mini computer is used in multi-user system on which various users can work at the same time. Examples are P3000, PDP-11. Now, the next type is microcomputers. Microcomputers are single microprocessor and single user systems designed to perform basic operations like small business, schools, etc. The microcomputers are further classified into three major categories. Let us look at them one by one. The first is desktop computers. You can see in the given image. The desktop computers are called desktop as they are designed to stay in a single location. This type of computer, as you can see in the given image, usually consists of a monitor, keyboard, mouse, and CPU. Desktop computer is just another term of personal computer, that is PCs. The next are laptop computers. These computers are also known as notebooks. Laptop computers are smaller in size and less in weight, so they are easy to carry anywhere. That makes them portable. The approach of this computer is similar to that of a personal computer. Just the difference is they are portable. Since they are lighter in weight, it can store the same amount of data and has the same memory that's the size of a personal computer. The next are programmable computer or PDA. PDA stands for Personal Digital Assistant. PDA. They are also known as palm top as they just fit in your palm. Compared to the full-size computers, palm tops perform limited tasks. The next are workstations. It is the computer intended for individual use which is faster and more capable than a personal computer. These are the computers dedicated to a user or group of users engaged in business or professional work. Understood? It can be a terminal in a network also. The next are embedded computers. Embedded computer is a specialized computer, students, that is a part of a larger system. Typically, an embedded system is a household on a single microprocessor board with the programs stored in ROM. Students, in the other words, an embedded device is what? It's an object that contains a special purpose computing system. Understood? An embedded system is specially designed for a particular function. They are also employed in automobiles, video games, cell phones, washing machine, etc.